Robber baron is a term used to reference the businessmen during the 19th century who rose to power through unethical practices. John D. Rockefeller is a renowned figure from this period. However, was his wealth acquired by principal practices? Would he be considered a robber baron? John D. Rockefeller was born July 8, 1839 in Richford, New York. His family struggled financially. However, he rose through the ranks to lead a successful life. His early experiences included business classes and an establishment of enterprise. By 1863, the expanding oil industry prompted Rockefeller to build an oil refinery in Cleveland, Ohio. This would be the start of his lucrative company. His oil refinery garnered immense success in 2 years, which persuaded him to invest his time and money into the oil business. In 1870, Rockefeller established the Standard Oil Company with a group of men. Rockefeller was very meticulous with his work and avoided being wasteful like other refineries. He extracted every use out of oil, such as gasoline for fuel, tars for paving, and kerosene for lamps. The efficiency of these byproducts rose in demand and led to the enhancement of technology during this time period. For example, the emergence of the automobile demonstrated how these two industries depended on one another, and Rockefeller was able to use fuel demand to his advantage to make profit in later years. By 1877, 95% of oil refineries in the country were controlled by Rockefeller. He had immense profits, low wages, high prices, and high demand. However, how did he maintain such favorable conditions for his company? Rockefeller implemented the technique of horizontal integration, which is the practice of buying out competing companies to take control of the market. This illegal tactic enabled Rockefeller to gain a monopoly in the oil industry. In addition, journalists noted his greed with accusations of crushing competition, getting rich from railroad rebates, spying on and threatening competitors, and making secret agreements. By robbing others of the same opportunity he had, he in return amassed great affluence. The lack of ethics during this time period caused Congress to pass the Sherman Antitrust Act in 1890. Its purpose is to prohibit trusts that would restrain trade. However, Rockefeller was able to evade this regulation. It is not until 1911 that the U.S. Supreme Court orders for Standard Oil of New Jersey to be dissolved. Despite his ruthless approach to dominate the market, Rockefeller became U.S.'s first billionaire. At the end of his life, Rockefeller gave away more than half of his money for educational, religious, and scientific causes. Rockefeller's legacy has enabled the industry to be more regulated and less corrupt. Although the oil industry remains influential, Rockefeller's success and charity does not condone his illegal and unethical methods of his time. Therefore, John D. Rockefeller would be considered a robber baron.